Hello, today I'm sharing Sephora bestsellers that I think are truly worth the money and can work for pretty much anyone. I do this type of video a couple of times a year when the Sephora fall and spring events roll around. And the Sephora Spring Savings event starts today, April 1st. It runs through April 11th. If you're a Rouge member like me, First Access starts for you today and runs through April 4th, where you can start shopping before anyone else and save 20% on your purchase, both in store and online, with the code SAVESPRING in the US and Canada at Sephora Inside JCPenney and Kohl's. Now, if you're a VIB or Insider member, your time to shop is coming very soon. I have details below in my description box, along with everything I'm talking about today, and I will have videos on the days that you go live as well, so stay tuned for those. But all tiers will save 30% on Sephora collection items today through the end of the event. And no matter what tier you are, you can use the code and shop as many times as you want during the Sephora event. I always end up placing multiple orders. I can never think of every single thing that I want or need in one order or one trip. Now, there are some restrictions you can check out on the main event page. I'll have linked down below, as well as a link if you want information on becoming a Beauty Insider member. It's free and it gives you access to different perks throughout the year, like access to events like these where you can save extra money, birthday gifts, just some fun extra benefits. So the link is down below if you want to check that out. When I do these Sephora videos, I always want you to know that I'm not trying to encourage those of you who aren't going to shop to shop. This is for those of you who are already looking for recommendations, who are planning to shop these events. I know a lot of you are like me and you intend to shop this already to buy big ticket items. Maybe you're shopping for birthday or mother's gifts, or you're wanting to restock some things that you like to have on hand, some backups, or you're wanting to try some new things. Now, I, like many of you, have been shopping at Sephora for a really long time. I always have so many things I can recommend to you in these product recommendation videos that I do during these events, and I always have so much fun picking out the products that are going to go in each of the videos that I do. So stay tuned for the other couple videos that I have coming for you. I think you're going to like those too. Now, this video in particular is in partnership with Sephora. I've worked with them many times throughout the years. It's always so exciting to be able to share these products that I love with you while working with a big brand that I've been shopping with for so long and have loved for so many years. So a big thank you to Sephora for supporting my channel, and let's go ahead and get into these products that I just think are completely worth the money. I think I have around 20-ish products here that I really think will work for anyone. Foundation is a hot topic here on my channel, specifically foundation over 40 and long-lasting foundations. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about these particular foundations in an upcoming video that will be going up here shortly for this event, but I decided to put them in this one. Now, when that video goes up, you'll understand why I was probably going to put these in that video, but I decided to put them in this video because I really do think these are worth the money for so many people, and both Estee Lauder Double Wear and Dior Backstage can cover all your bases if you have both. So the concoction I have on my face is a 50-50 mixture of these two foundations. Now, I do have the optional pump that you can also get from Sephora on my Double Wear bottle. Now, if you're curious, the shades that I'm wearing in both of these right now are 2W1 Dawn in Estee Lauder Double Wear and 2N in Dior Backstage. Both of these are bulletproof. They will last you all day long. Estee Lauder Double Wear can be a little bit tricky for people to apply. I have a video on that. If you do a YouTube search for stephbmarie and Estee Lauder, that video should come up. It helps people apply it without it looking cakey. It can look very natural and beautiful, and it can take you from medium full to full coverage. And it looks really beautiful on the skin. It's not a cakey looking foundation. If applied correctly, it's perfect for really long hot days or nights, or if you need to go from morning to night. Also, both of these are great for all skin types. Dior Backstage is so skin-like, and it really does a great job of taking on the finish of whatever primer you put underneath it, or no primer. It camouflages pores, and the way it melds with your skin and just kind of becomes one with your skin while providing coverage. I can take this from sheer coverage, I would say say almost to medium full, and it looks like skin. So this one is a great everyday foundation. You can mix them and kind of get this in-between look where it's a little bit more polished. My pores get a little bit more smooth than just with Estee Lauder Double Wear. I usually reserve this for longer days, dressier occasions. I just feel like you can get kind of a little bit of everything with both of these together or alone. I've gotten so much of my money's worth out of both of these. If that sentence even makes sense. I don't even care. I have repurchased these. I will continue to repurchase these, and I think anyone could love them. I have a pressed and a loose powder here because everyone has preferences. I use both depending on what's going on, and I think both are well worth the money. So the first is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I've recommended less expensive options for this in the past, but there's a reason why I keep repurchasing the original. So for those of you wondering, I have shade 1 Fair because on my light, medium, neutral, warm skin, this appears translucent, and I like my setting powders and my finishing powders to be translucent. This is very finely milled, and it sets my dry textured under eye area beautifully, while at the same time setting my combination skin on my face that gets oily in the T-zone just as beautifully. And it sets my makeup to a lovely, I would say demi matte finish, whatever you would call this. It's just a natural finish that blurs my pores beautifully. There's a reason why it's called Airbrush Flawless Finish. That's what it gives you. It works great for dry skin, great for oily skin. And the thing that I love about it, and this is probably going to sound really silly to some of you, is that it's a beautiful compact, but it is very slim. Sometimes I carry very small purses or clutches, and I don't want a bulky compact. This always fits in whatever I'm carrying, no matter how small. I am someone that needs to carry a blotting touch-up powder because I never know what kind of situation I'm going to be in, and it's not only slim and compact and beautiful and all of that, but it works to touch up my makeup beautifully. It mattifies my shine without looking like I touched up with powder, and it just refreshes everything. So I have this beautiful powder on the outside that touches my makeup beautifully, and it's compact. It kind of does everything I need, which also makes it good to travel with because, again, it's small, it sets, it finishes, it touches up, it does everything. Which brings me to Huda Beauty Easy Bake. What's the full name of this? Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I have the shade Pound Cake, which looks, pretty light. Again, it's translucent on my skin. So this lives on my makeup table at this point. I feel like you could see a cloud come out when I open this. This is a very finely milled setting powder that I should have tried way before 2021. This has become a go-to daily setting powder for me. Again, I have oily combination skin on my face. It works beautifully to set my makeup, camouflage pores, while providing, I don't want to say coverage. I mean, it doesn't really cover my makeup, but it just kind of blurs everything and keeps my shine at bay for, a decent amount of time. I don't bake with it. I just set my makeup with it, and it works beautifully. I like setting my makeup with a loose powder day to day. And this is one of my top choices. It's been worth every penny. So I was going to just talk about one bronzer, the bronzer that I have on my face, but I decided I wanted to give you both a cream and a powder bronzer to choose from, since some of you may have a preference for one over the other. So the bronzer that I have on today, which is just very natural looking, I just kept it kind of light. I mean, that's kind of how I do bronzer in general. This is the Fenty Sun Stalker bronzer in the shade Private Island. It was a little difficult for me to choose just one powder bronzer and to narrow it down to this one. So it's got this neutral warmth to it, and that's what I like about it. Of course, there are different shades to choose from. I just like this one in general. I would like to check out some other shades. It's the texture that I really do love about this one. I think it would work great for anyone, and it's just so easy to use. I don't have to tap my brush off to get to kick up off before I apply it to my face, and it builds gradually. It doesn't deposit too much color. So I can get a nice light application and it just looks really nice and natural. So here is Private Island on the back of my hand. It's just got a really nice natural look to it. If you have other shades of this, let me know in the comments down below. I kind of might want to check out one with a redder undertone. Now what you're seeing here below it is my cream bronzer pick, which some of you will have heard me talk about before. This is the Tarte Breezy bronzer in Seychelles. I just love this. Again, for its ease of use, you can just dip your brush right in it and apply it to your face, and it's so easy to apply. It always looks beautiful. This is just kind of a no-fail product. And it's also a great cream bronzer to start with if you've really never worked with creams before, because it blends out so easy and gives you time to work with it before it sets down. Let's go ahead and talk about blush, which is a weakness of mine. If you follow me, you know I love blush. This is a category that I'm calling one recommendation, but I'm actually giving you a few. So I'll start with this Dior Rouge blush, which has gotten so much use for me. This color is spectacular, but I feel like it looks like there's hardly a dent. The texture, the finish, it's just so beautiful. So the shade that I have is 219 Rose Montaigne. I still question how to pronounce that. I don't think you could go wrong with any shade though. So here it is right here. It's just so pretty for spring. I was kind of thinking about spring shades for the most part when I was selecting the products for this category. It's just so pretty. I, again, just don't think you could go wrong with any shade of this. I am so glad that I discovered this last year, and I would like to check out more shades. I have loved Laura Mercier blushes as long as I can remember. The formula, the longevity, the finish, just the application, everything about them is just beautiful. If you have not tried them, I would take this opportunity to do so. So I have three shades. I have Rose, Peach, and Passion Fruit. I think all of these are so pretty for spring. So here we have Peach and we have Rose here on top, and Passion Fruit is right here. I'm kind of fond of Passion Fruit. It's probably my favorite of the bunch, but I don't think you could go wrong with any of her shades. If you're looking for a more neutral shade, I don't have it swatched here, but Chai is really pretty too. I've been talking about the shade Desert Rose from Makeup by Mario since I discovered it last year. The formula, I'm going to say that about all of these, the formula, the color, the finish, application, everything about this blush is perfection. I feel like the price point is pretty decent too. So this isn't necessarily isolated to spring. This is year round. It's just a perfect rose. I actually do plan on picking up at least a shade or two more of this blush. I absolutely love this formula. My cream or stick cheek product may surprise some of you because I may have talked about others more, but I feel like for this particular video, the Merit cheek color in the shade Terracotta needed a mention. I really just love this little format, the portability of the dome, how it applies and blends out, and the shade is so universal. I think it would work on pretty much anyone and for any look. It's completely neutral. I mean, if you're going full glam smoky, it's going to work. If you're going everyday kind of no makeup look, it's going to work as well. And if you need something compact to throw in your purse to travel with, it is perfect. So it took me a lot to narrow it down to those blush options. I mean, I think I did pretty good. My liquid highlighter is the Say Glowy Super Gel Lightweight Dewy Highlighter. There's a 1 ounce size and there's a mini, the 0.5 ounce, and that's what I'm holding. This is $15. To me, the mini has been so worth the money. You use such a small amount each time. This is gonna last me forever. And this is the type of highlighter that I think most of us want, at least most people in my demographic. It's very flattering. When you blend it out, it actually looks dewy versus glittery. And that's what's flattering on, you know, over 40 skin, which is what most people that watch me have. I mean, I know I have some people that are younger here, but I still feel like that's what's flattering. So I don't know if you can even see this now that I've blended it out. It just looks, you can kind of see that shine right on the top of my hand. And that's what it gives you. It gives you that flattering sheen that just highlights what you want highlighted. It just looks like dewy skin. It's very natural looking. This is a beautiful highlighter. It also doesn't take off makeup underneath it. That's very important with liquid products. The powder highlight I have on is the pink portion of this Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. This is stunning. I'm just going to swatch all of these right here in a very haphazard way. These look liquidy and dewy when you apply them. I mean, I'm not even sure if you could really tell I had highlighter on today. It just catches the light the way it should. Again, this is highlighter that highlights the good, which is what highlighter is supposed to do, give you that dewy, beautiful look. I don't always want to use a liquid to get that. Sometimes I want to just dust on a powder, and this is what I reach for these days. And I love that there's different shades that I can choose from. I haven't really dipped into this deeper shade yet. I think that's going to look so pretty in the summer and also really pretty on the body. This gives you a lot of options. It's really beautiful, and this would be a great time to pick it up. Now, I picked just one eyeshadow palette for this video. I know that's kind of shocking. It is the eyeshadow palette that I have on, which is Natasha Denona Glam. It's been a bestseller for good reason. And even though it's named Glam, I don't think that it has to be reserved for just glam looks. I mean, this is a look I would wear anytime. I use this pink champagne shade daily. I do all matte looks with it. I use this gold shade. It's kind of a gold champagne shade daily. You can get more dramatic glam looks with it, but you can also get everyday looks, and it's a neutral palette. It's very useful and beautiful, and it can take you from beginning to end. I line with this shade here in the middle all the time. That's what I have on as my eyeliner today. I'm sure in this video you're thinking, gosh, she's not mentioning some products that she uses and talks about all the time. There's a reason for that. I can't squeeze all those products into one video, so you will be seeing some other products in another video or two, but this palette just really fit this video, and I use this a ton, and I think if you don't have it already, you would also use it a ton and even pull individual shades from it too. Definitely worth the money. I love sharing lip products with you, and I have a few Sephora best-selling lip products that I think are completely worth the money. I'll talk about a lip treatment that I discovered in 2021. Well, I didn't discover the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in 2021, but I discovered Gummy Bear, the flavor, in 2021. I was sleeping on it, but this is probably my favorite flavor, scent, whatever you want to call it, of the Laneige Lip Glowy Balms. But I think this is a great time to replenish some of those lip treatments that you treat yourself with, whether it's Laneige or another brand. This one has been well worth the money. I reach for it all the time. I just enjoy the experience. Plus, it does nice things for my lips. It does smell just like a gummy bear. I enjoy it. Next up for lips is the Makeup by Mario lip pencil in the shade Hue, which I have raved about and used so much. I will be picking one up. As you can see, it's here on the screen. This was one of the items I talked about in a recent video that was left in a makeup bag that got lost on a trip. I either left it in the hotel room or my luggage was searched and it fell out. I don't know, but there was a makeup bag that had some brushes and pencils and long type of things, and that was in there, and I've been having a problem being without it. That shade in particular was the closest I've found to my natural lip color. It glides on beautifully, it lasts, it's just a really great formula, and I do believe he just came out with some new shades that I want to try. Well worth the money. It would definitely be worth checking out his new shades and seeing what you might want to pick up. When I started this video, I had on my lips the Bare Minerals Mineralist Lipstick in Grace, which is such a beautiful peachy pink nude shade. I did top it with something. I've been talking and drinking, so well, I guess I could put on a little bit more of this, even though you kind of get a gist of what the shade looks like. So if you like peachy pink shades and you love a really nourishing, creamy formula that actually lasts a decent amount of time, I think it's a lipstick formula that is universally loved, and these have been well worth the money. I also think the neutral shades, Focus and Memory, are really pretty. So just for comparison purposes, we have Grace, which is on my lips, and in the middle we have Focus, and then we have Memory here on the top. If you're looking to try a new lipstick formula that feels good, it has some slip, but it's not going to slip off of your lips, and it's going to treat them nicely and be flattering, this is a great formula. What I topped my lips with was the NARS Afterglow Lip Shine Gloss in the shade Orgasm. I fell in love with these. The consistency consistency, the shades. Now the three shades I have here, we have Orgasm, Turkish Delight, and Super Vixen. And on the back of my hand, we have Turkish Delight. It's this kind of milky pale pink. And we have Super Vixen. I really like this shade. And then we have Orgasm, and that's just always a no fail kind of golden peachy pink, which is something I love to have in my life for any occasion. So I've really been enjoying these three shades. This formula has some slip to it. It's comfortable. It's got just the right amount of pigmentation, and you don't feel any grit or anything with the shades that do have a little bit of sparkle. They're really comfortable. I have a couple of fragrances that I consistently recommend during the Sephora Spring Savings event, but I have a couple of new ones that I haven't recommended before. And you know, these are the types of products, fragrances, pricier items, even foundations. If you're thinking about purchasing them and you're not a Beauty Insider member, it's definitely worth signing up, because when it's time for insiders to shop, I mean, at least you're saving 10%. Here, that's tax. So if you are watching at this point and you haven't signed up, be sure to check out at least the information down below. It could be worth it. Okay, so two fragrances that I pretty much consistently recommend to you. Actually, there's three. I forgot to bring one in here. We have Replica Beach Walk. This is described as sun-kissed salty skin. I recommend this in the spring because summer's coming up. This is such a great beachy fragrance that doesn't smell like sunscreen or coconuts. It's just a blend of everything I love in a beach fragrance. This is my second bottle of this. It's a consistent favorite every year when spring and summer rolls around. This is back in my rotation. I also recommend Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede and Chanel Chance. Those are two staple fragrances for me year round. They're fruity florals that make great gifts for people. They're just not too sweet, not too fruity, not too floral, but they're also not generic either. They're just beautiful and tend to sit really just well on my skin anyway. So if you're looking for that type of just kind of anytime fragrance, I tend to do well with Jo Malone fragrances. So it might be worth getting a sampler if they have one, or a replica sampler. I think I saw one on the website recently. If it's there, I'll link it down below. Another fragrance that I've been loving from Chanel is Chanel Gabrielle Essence. I just think this is so beautiful for every day. And Acqua di Gioia from Giorgio Armani. This is a beautiful aquatic fragrance that's light and airy, but not overpowering. This is my second bottle of this. I had it a while back and repurchased it recently, and I just forgot how much I love it. I had a few of you purchase it after I talked about it in a video, and you love it as much as I do. This is such a hidden gem. I have so many other perfumes I could recommend. I love perfume, but if you're unsure, this would be a great time to get a sampler set. They have so many to choose from. I'll have the page for that down below so you can kind of look through and see what they have. In these videos, I always recommend some kind of a home fragrance because I just think it's so nice to treat yourself to that. And whether it's a candle or a diffuser or a plug-in, there are so many beautiful things to choose from. Now, I am a personal fan of Nest candles. I love the Moroccan amber scent year round. I swear by it. I also love Capri Blue Volcano, and they started carrying that. But you can go the reed diffuser route if you don't want to do candles. There's also the Vitruvi diffuser, which I have and I absolutely love. That is a luxury item I would definitely get at a discount. I really want my home to smell inviting, feel inviting, and it's all part of the experience. I also like to pick up some of these things as gifts during this time because oftentimes people don't think to buy those types of things for themselves. A lot of you are like me, you're wanting to elevate your skincare game, and skincare can only take you so far, but maybe you don't want to do injectables or do other things at this point. So you're looking into facial tools, but they're expensive. This would be a good time to grab something. I have the NuFace. I love it. This is a best-selling tool at Sephora. There are some LED tools at Sephora that would be great to grab right now. I think Sephora's #1 best-selling tool, though, is a simple gua sha stone. I forgot to bring mine in here because it's been living in my bathroom. I've really gotten back into using my gua sha regularly. Specifically in the morning, it's great for lymphatic drainage and depuffing your face when you wake up, if you wake up with puffiness. I think picking any one of those things up, depending on what your needs are, would be well worth your money, especially if you're over 40 and wanting to elevate things a little bit. I have 4 specific hair products I'm going to share in today's video, and that's it. The first is IGK Beach Club Volumizing Texture Spray. So I think I finally narrowed down my texture sprays to a select few, and I believe this is at the top. I mean, I don't like to commit to one favorite, but I think this might be the 3rd or 4th time I've repurchased this. There's a reason why I keep going back to it. It gives me volume and it gives me texture, which is what I need when I do curly hairstyles like this. And ironically, I didn't use this for this video because I didn't have it in my bathroom. It was in here. Some texture sprays give too much grip and they kind of gunk up the hair. Some give too little and don't do enough. This is kind of the Goldilocks of texture sprays for me. Plus it gives volume. Some of them also weigh down hair. This doesn't weigh my hair down. It just kind of gives me exactly what I want. I love it. And I think it could work for a lot of different hair types. As you can see, the Way Volume Spray that I have here is on its last leg. I will be repurchasing this because it is probably my top volume spray that I have. I spray it at my roots when my hair is wet. Actually, this is the first thing I put on my hair after I take it out of a towel. I have fine hair, but I have a lot of it. It just tends to go flat very easily, which you've probably seen in a lot of my videos. But this gives it its best shot of having any volume, and it's not sticky at all. I have gone through, I don't even know how many of these. I've tried other things and they just haven't worked as well for me. I mean, if you have other suggestions, I'm open, but this is it right now. And I just think a lot of people, again, with different hair types could like this. It's light, doesn't leave a residue, but it does the job. I'm going to hold up my Dry Bar Single Shot very briefly because there's a lot of hair in it and it looks kind of gross. This is a hair tool that I swear by. I just talked about this very recently in another video, so I'll keep this brief. But this is so great if you're wanting kind of an all-in-one blow dryer, big fat round brush tool to smooth your hair out. It just works so well without the damage of some other products that are a little bit less expensive. So just to give you this shot here, you can see it's round. They have the double shot that is oval, which is good for those of you that have longer hair. If you have shorter hair, this one is going to work a little bit better. So I did not hold that up very briefly. I've used this a lot more than I thought I would. It's been pretty indispensable. I think this has been worth every penny I've spent on it. And I just think this would be a great time to pick it or any other hair tool up. So the 4th hair product is the Dyson Airwrap. I am not necessarily saying that it's worth the money, but I am mentioning it in this video because there's a limit for one Dyson product. And I know a lot of people do use this opportunity to purchase expensive hair tools, some of them being Dyson. And some of you follow me and you remember when I purchased this last year. Now I did use it to style my hair today, just very casually. I use it a lot to straighten my hair. I can't say whether this is going to be worth the money for you because it's a lot of money. What I can say for me is that I use it more to straighten my hair than I thought I would because it is very fast for me and it gets my hair very smooth. It allows me to travel without a hair dryer and a bunch of separate brushes. I just bring it, 3 attachments and my flat iron and I'm good to go. It's very compact to travel with and it allows me to do my hair quickly. When I do it straight, when I do it curly or wavy, my hair can take a little bit of time to do. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. Has it been the use that I thought I would get out of it? No, it's been a little bit different. So take that for what you will. I will also say I absolutely adore my Dyson hair dryer. It does dry my hair faster and with less damage than other hair dryers I was using previously. So I just wanted to give you my 2 cents in case you are thinking of getting your one Dyson item at this time. I would love to hear what you're planning on getting down below. Let me know your list. Sometimes I get ideas to throw in my cart from your comments. Stay tuned for my other 2 videos coming shortly. I have some great things in there. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.